Sea otters are the second smallest marine mammals. They are keystone species, which means they have a disproportionately large effect on their environment relative to their abundance. A sea otter's diet consists mainly of slow-moving fishes and marine invertebrates including crabs, sea urchins, abalones, clams, mussels, and snails. Food preferences vary among individuals, but we'll be mainly focusing on sea otters' predation on sea urchins. Sea otters eat approximately 25% of their weight in food every day to support their high metabolism. Kelps are large seaweeds belonging to the algae family. Kelp forests grow predominantly on the Pacific coast, from Alaska and Canada to the waters of Baja California. Kelp forests provide food and shelter for large numbers of fish and shellfish, and also protect coastlines from damaging wave action. Instead of tree-like roots, kelp have anchors called holdfasts that grip onto rocky substrates. The algal towers are as high as a 3-story house and can grow by half a meter a day. Sea urchins are spiny echinoderms, which are important grazers on coral reefs. Urchin populations are very important for regulating the health of coral reef ecosystems. When there are not enough sea urchins, coral reefs suffer from algae overgrowth. However, when populations of sea urchin predators, such as the sea otter, are reduced, urchins multiply rapidly and can eat almost all the algae present on a reef. The urchins strike at the holdfasts, the kelp's crucial attachment to the rock. Holdfasts are tough, but each urchin has 5 teeth, which are self-sharpening and replaced regularly. The mouth, on the underside of the body, has a complex dental apparatus called Aristotle's lantern, which also may be venomous. The teeth of Aristotle's lantern are typically extruded to scrape algae and other food from rocks. Sea urchins create urchin barrens by removing and killing large amounts of kelp. During photosynthesis, water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight undergo a chemical reaction to yield glucose and oxygen. Carbon dioxide is a potent greenhouse gas, and it plays a vital role in regulating Earth's surface temperatures through radiative forcing and the greenhouse effect. The recent phenomenon of global warming has been attributed primarily to increasing atmospheric carbon dioxide concentrations in the Earth's atmosphere. In order to understand how carbon is cycled and how atmospheric carbon dioxide will change in the future, scientists must carefully study the places in which carbon is stored, how long it resides there, and processes that transfer it from one pool to another, also known as fluxes. Photosynthesis is an important method for carbon flux. Here we see that kelp play an important role in the removing of carbon from the atmosphere to be deposited or stored elsewhere, also known as carbon sequestration. Oftentimes, the extent of a keystone species, such as sea otters, is not known until the species has been removed from its environment and the ecosystem changes. In other words, a perturbation allows us to understand ecological interactions. This diagram shows the net primary productivity of kelp. Respiration levels in areas with sea otters are much higher than in areas with no sea otters. We can therefore conclude that predator-induced trophic cascades likely influence the rates of carbon flux and storage in many other species and ecosystems. According to Chris Wilmers and James Estes, 2 UC Santa Cruz research professors, an otter-supported kelp forest can absorb as much as 12 times the amount of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere than if it were subject to ravenous sea urchins.